The Minister of Police, Senzo Mchunu, has responded to more allegation and had something to say. So allow me, just give me this time. Let me unpack. That's what I will definitely do. Well, do you remember former Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng? It turns out that they really wanted to get rid of Mogoeng. Mogoeng almost lost his job. They almost fired Mogoeng, but he survived for some strange reasons. So let me unpack that for you. So there's an article that was released by News 24 where they speak about JSC vote that Mogoeng should not face impeachment inquiry over Hlophe's dishonest claims. Okay? So yeah, I will unpack that. But then we need to talk about Minister Senzo Mchunu. Remember that there's already a court document about that. So it has been said that Minister Mchunu have responded. So I'll get into that shortly. But I want you to ask you this. I want you to ask yourself this question: why do you think they are now after all the judges, including Mogoeng Mogoeng? I mean, why do you think they even thought about it? Like, for real. But let me read this article for you. It says, in 2024, Dr. Hlophe became the first judge in South African history to be impeached. The former Western Cape judge president also faced gross misconduct investigation over allegation that he saw at Deputy Patricia Goliath abuse his power and physically assaulted a fellow judge. A Judicial Conduct Committee, JCC, recommended that former Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng should himself be subjected to an impeachment inquiry over Hlophe's accusation that he conspired with Goliath over the complaints. Okay? The Judicial Service Commission, JSC, has decided by majority vote that former Chief Justice Mogoeng Mogoeng should not face impeachment inquiry over the ex-Judge President John Hlophe's dishonest claim against him. On Wednesday morning, JSC spokesperson advocate Sesi Baloyi confirmed that the so-called small JSC, the JSC without its political members, decided not to refer Dr. Hlophe's complaint to the tribunal. I can confirm this was decided by a vote, says the. So Mogoeng survived. But I would say that even if they would have succeeded against Mogoeng Mogoeng, but I can tell you this for free, that Mogoeng Mogoeng wouldn't have been without options, even in politics. I think even in, like, he would have, that man wouldn't have been without options, like for real. Nevertheless, it says that, as you read the article, it continues to say, you see now, they're disturbing me with a lot of it. It is said that when two elephants are fighting, the grass suffers. Okay. In this case, it might mean that the judiciary is brought into disrepute and will suffer irreparable reputational damage the most, committee added. Okay. I don't want to go deeper. The most important thing is that Judge Mogoeng Mogoeng survived. That's, I think, the most important thing that you would have want to hear, is that they decided that it's not prudent that we vote to remove or impeach judge. Now, Minister Senzo Mchunu, you remember that there is already court document. There's already court what is this thing? MK Party launched an application, right? And if I'm not mistaken, that application will be heard on the 30th of July, if not the 31st. I think it's the 30th of July by the Constitutional Court. So Senzo Mchunu was responding to that. Now, in his response, as quoted by News 24, they are saying that Police Minister Senzo Mchunu reject claim by MK Party and Jacob Zuma that President Ramaphosa's decision to place him on special leave is unconstitutional. Mchunu deny allegation of ties to criminal underworld and asserts his decision to disband the political task team was lawful and communicated through to top police officials. right, Mchunu argued that presidential powers to appoint include powers to suspend, rebutting legal challenges in his affidavit submitted to the Constitutional Court. Now, I want you to remember this now, that it's going to be fine, because at the Constitutional Court, there is an application by MK Party challenging the suspension of or the not suspending of Senzo Mchunu, right? Currently, there's already an application in the High Court where General Shadrack Sibiya is now arguing that his suspension, blah, 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 was unlawful, including the fact that the letter to disband the political task team came from the office. Now, if you read this and then you take what General Shadrack says, it is conflicting. So, but let's not go into it. But let's now go through the affidavit, or some of the things that are said on the affidavit. He says, Dr. Klepper's argument failed at first haggle. Mchunu says in responding, it says, it assumes that I ought to be an express provision, presumably in the Constitution, setting out the president's power to suspend a minister with pay pending the outcome of an investigation. That approach is flawed. It ignores the established rules of interpretation, which include the fact that the power to appoint necessarily includes the power to dismiss. He then says the power to dismiss is necessarily in order to exercise the power to appoint. The same power reasoning applies with equal force in relation to the power to place one on precautionary suspension or leave of absence. It will be absurd to suggest that the wide power of the president to appoint cabinet ministers and dismiss them at any time, indeed alter the term of appointment, their function, or changing their portfolios, whatsoever he deems it fit to do. Suddenly it includes power to something less drastic, which is to place a minister on precautionary suspension or special leave or pending the outcome of an investigation into a serious allegation level against a minister, says Mchunu. That is quite interesting, I must say. That is quite interesting. Hey, now I'm scared, I kind of feel like, hey, these people are going to win this. Mchunu's going to win this one. I'll be honest with you, I'm scared now. Now that I'm listening to this argument, I'm like, wow, what? That's quite interesting. That's quite interesting. No, he brought something. He brought something on the table, and let's give it to him. Now, about the case, it says that the case, remember that I said I don't know whether this is going to be heard on the 30th or on the 31st. Now, News 24 confirms that the matter has been set down for hearing on Wednesday, 30th of July, 2025. So, I will not be going anywhere deeper because it's not necessary that I do that. So, what was important was that I needed to cover that. So now that you've got that update, let me leave it up to you. You're going to tell me in the comment section below, what do you make about everything that I've just told you? Let me see you guys on the next episode. But until then, please take care.